Simple Out has a number of amazing automatic features that will make your life easier without you even having to be within the Simple Out app. Whether or not we're talking about automatically updating your statuses via things like geofences and beacons and networks, or whether we're talking about things like notifications, which can automatically send you a notice outside of the Simple Out app when users check in or out, or when users need reminding, or when users need to be alerted towards the safety of others. So these features are wonderful, but maybe you don't want to receive these features or have these features on at all times. So an example of this might be perhaps you're getting notifications that users are checking in and out, but maybe you're home for the day already and you don't want to hear about those at 8 o'clock at night when you're not currently on shift or at the office. Another good example of this might be you're using automatic updates to make status updates, and you're happen to be your office maybe is in a very common or popular area of town. You don't want to be checking in and out on a Saturday when you're in that area of town for some other reason. So for features like this, we have a great feature in the apps called Activetime. And what Activetime can do is it can choose when these automatic features work and disable them at times that you're not active working, times where you don't want these features to be happening. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this works. Now, Activetime is available in a number of our apps. Today, we're looking at the iPhone app for Simple and Out, but this will apply to the other apps that we have as well. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm in the settings area here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tap on Activetime. Now, all I have to do here is turn Activetime on, and I'm confronted with a number of settings. So first, we get to choose the day of the week. That's right here at the top. And so we can choose what days am I active and what days do I just not want any of these features to work at all. By default, we've started you off at a Monday through Friday. But if you tend to work weekends, you can include the Saturday, or maybe you always have Wednesdays off. You can disable that as well. In this case, I'll just stick to Monday through Friday. Now, the next thing we have is start time and end time. What time span essentially would you like automatic updates and notifications and things like that to work? Now, let's say I work from 9 to 5. Now, I could set this to 9 to 5, but that actually presents kind of a problem because if you're saying you only want to automatically update your status, for example, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., if you show up at 8:55 a.m., 5 minutes early for work because you don't want to be late, Simple and Out won't check you in because you've said, hey, I only want to be checked in between 9 and 5. It's 8:55 a.m. So to that end, we recommend having a nice buffer, putting some time on both ends in order to make sure that if you show up a few minutes early, you're still getting checked in. So in this case, if I work from 9 to 5, maybe I'll set this to 8 a.m. That way I can show up as early as an hour early and still be checked in. And then for end time, maybe I'll set that to 6 p.m. So this way, if I leave work 15 minutes late, I'm still checking out at the end of the day to let everybody know I'm out. I just checked out a little bit later than usual. Okay, so next you'll have time zone. You'll have to tell us what time zone you're in order for us to apply all these dates and times correctly. And then finally, you'll be choosing whether or not which features you would wish this to apply to. So what this means is, do you want all of these features to only happen within your active time window? Now, in this case, I could leave this and I'm going to, and that's fine. But if, for example, I wanted automatic status updates to happen 24/7 every day of the week, I just want to use active time just to squash notifications, then you can do that. Otherwise, you could also say, well, hey, my notifications are really important. I don't care what time of the day they happen. I want them to get those. I just don't want to be checking in and out on a Saturday. You could set it so that it only applies to automatic status updates. In this case, I'm going to have it apply to everything. So when I click save here, or tap save, I should say, now I'm all done. So going back in here, now what will happen is I will only automatically check in using geofences or beacons or networks or any of my features like that on this phone. I will only automatically check in if I arrive at the office within my geofence between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. And I'll only receive all my notifications between those times as well. And every other time after that, I won't receive any at all. So if I wander by the office on Saturday, I won't automatically get checked in. And if somebody else wanders by the office on Saturday and updates their status, if I'm following them in a followed user notification, I won't see that either. So active time, a great way to corral the automatic features of Simple and Out only to the times that you choose to care about them.